Hello, can you hear me now? Don't think you can. Hello, there we go. You hear me a little bit better. So we're back with Sunderland. Dear me, it's been a while. Sort of need to remember exactly where we are. Myself, to be quite honest with you. I know we're in the January transfer window. We're doing pretty well, currently sitting 5th in the Premier League table. 44 points after 23 games is not too shabby at all. And I am going to start today's episode looking for a left back. Using a little bit of a tactic that my friend told me about that I didn't even think about considering in terms of actually searching for players. So what you're doing is you're searching for your specific player, then you're sorting by media description. Just to see those players who are classed as a wonder kid. And it seems like a pretty effective way and a pretty simple way to get yourself a list of decent enough, because they're not necessarily going to be amazing, but they could be. So I've got the media description in, and we have ourselves 3 wonder kids. Alan Larenko, he looks pretty good from Corinthians. Katabash looks pretty good from Stuttgart. Oh, Aiton Nuri has not been bought yet. Are you absolutely kidding me? He hasn't got minimum fee release clause. I was hoping for like a 10 million quid minimum fee. Now they only want 138 million quid. Never mind about that. I do like the look of that Alan Larenko. Obviously being Brazilian and playing in the Brazilian league, probably won't get a work permit. Well, that's just a little quick a quick little thing that you can look at to find yourself wonder kids very, very quickly. Now we've got Arsenal in the first game today. We are at home, so hopefully we can do some damage with that. But they are currently sitting in 2nd place in the league, so it's not going to be an easy game by any stretch of the imagination. Esposito is suspended, so our new signing Lewis Montenegro will start up top. Matthias Jakobsen is not playing at centre back. I'm sick of telling you, assistant manager. Benjamin Clark is currently injured, so he can't start today's game. And of course, Benjamin Clark is our young academy graduate who is progressing quite nicely. So we'll give Badia Shield the game. Munoz, Dobson, Jakobsen, Abdul Kadir Umar, Sergio Gomez, Batista Maya, Lewis Montenegro. Let's get into the game. Let's see how we can get on against one of the best sides in the league. 4-2-3-1 for Arsenal, and Kieran Tierney, Longley, Saliba, Chambers, Lucas Torreira, João Mario, Nabil Fekir. We know this Arsenal squad. They have given us enough problems. I believe, did they batter us earlier this season? Or did we actually do okay against them? I can't quite remember. But let's kick off and see how we get on. So obviously not expecting anything out of this. But the boys have been surprisingly good this season, so you never know. First highlight of the game, Christiansen sets away Montenegro, who's in behind. Oh, just wide. Good save by the goalkeeper. But things are looking good. Batista Maya with a corner, whips it in. Lewis is there again. Another good save by Pavlenka, and he's trying to set away an Arsenal counter-attack, and Florian Thauvin picks up the ball on the right-hand side, and Jack Butland with a decent save. End-to-end stuff so far. Fekir with a corner. We do get a clear. Come on, Abdul Kadir. He puts it out for a throw, and that'll do for me. I don't really mind that. We have ourselves another highlight as we drop from attacking to positive. Lacazette's in behind. Oh, and I was just about to say he's absolutely buried it, but in the end, he hits the post. Fekir with a corner. Perez gets it clear. Tierney keeps it alive. Thauvin's back post. And Florian's 14th goal of the season puts Arsenal 1-0 up 17 minutes in. Hasn't been a bad start by us by any stretch of the imagination, but you're always likely to come up against this sort of thing when you're playing a team at the quality level that Arsenal are at. Abdul Kadir Omar picks himself up a knock on that right hand side. We'll bring on Felix Correa in his spot. Have ourselves another highlight. Badia Shield defends well. And Sergio Gomez sets away Montenegro. He's in behind. He does one man. Go on, son. Oh. So if you didn't watch last time, we have been trying to sign Sebastiano Esposito on a permanent deal. Unfortunately for us, he is now valued at 24 million quid, and Inter Milan want a hell of a lot more than that to make the deal permanent, so it's highly unlikely we are going to be able to get that permanent transfer over the line. So Luis Montenegro could potentially be our starting striker for next season, and we might need to let the Esposito dream die a little bit. The only way you can get Esposito is if he sort of wallows in the youth teams and the B teams in Italy. But then, of course, his progression is stunted at the same time, so he's not worth as much. And Inter Milan are much more likely to sell him. Unfortunately for us, we've been playing him, and he's been improving season on season and hitting good form every single season. So it just boosts his value and makes him unlikely to be able to sign for a club like us. Half an hour to go. Arsenal on the attack again down the left-hand side. Lacazette's shot is pretty tame. It was a highlight. I'm surprised by that. Nothing stupid, Jack. Well played. Montenegro brings it down, and he's causing Arsenal's defence all sorts of problems. That strike wasn't the best decision, but you can't have everything, I suppose. Come on, lads. Get the challenge in. Get the counter-attack on. Get ourselves back into this game. Batista Maya is not going to get there first, but he does dispossess Chambers and sets away Lewis. Come on, Lewis! Damn it. Esposito was playing. Felix Correa bursts forward down the right-hand side. Gets dispossessed by Nabil Fekir. Oh, Thauvin completely does our left-back Munoz, and he sets away Lacazette. That's a great goal. Or is he offside? Is he offside? He is offside. Thank God for that. I don't need to see the replay. I know it was offside. So 15 minutes to go. We'll bring on Ivan for Rasmus Nissen Christiansen at right back. And I'll bring on Ballymumba for Matthias Jakobsen in the centre of midfield. We will go back attacking. We need to get ourselves back into this game if we possibly can. I would gladly take a point. Oh, Sergio Gomez's strike is blocked. That looked like it was going to hit the back of the net as well. And we go all the way back to Jack. Ivan down the right hand side gets dispossessed by Tierney. Now Aubameyang's come on just to make our life a living hell on that left hand side. Thauvin on the right hand side brings it down. Oh, the challenge can't be made. We do manage to survive and get it clear though. Push forward, boys. Get me a goal. I'm going very attacking for the final 10. Doesn't look like much is happening here. We will push the tempo. Try and force a mistake. Not happening. Not the greatest way to start the day, but I'm relatively content with that performance. I think on another day we would have pinched a point out of that, but never mind. We move on. So we've got Sheffield Wednesday next in the domestic cup competition. I believe it's the League Cup we're playing them in. Or is it the FA Cup? It's FA Cup. We've got Liverpool in the League Cup semi-finals to play today. That's going to be an interesting tie. We're going to have to play a pretty rotated squad against this Sheffield Wednesday side, I would say. try and keep them fresh. I believe we are down 2-1 on aggregate after the first leg in the League Cup. Antonin. No, I don't want to loan him out. Thanks very much. Ranocchia, not as a squad player. I would loan Filippo Ranocchia out if he was to get first team football. So we'll offer him out. I have been on the off screen scouting some young players. So we'll be getting plenty of scout reports coming back. Squad player, regular starter. So you go to Port Vale, Filippo Ranocchia. Get some game time under your belt and hopefully he will return a much better player and we can sell for some money. So yeah, we will be playing an entire second string against Sheffield Wednesday. Hopefully as long as everybody's fit, we can really rotate. Hope it doesn't cost us too badly and we get stuffed. That would be an absolute nightmare, but most of our backup players are capable of 2-star, 4-star, 110k. Nah, 3 seasons down the line, that's the kind of sign I would make in a heartbeat, but at the moment, our first 11 isn't exactly where we would like it to be, so I will be focusing the vast majority of our funds on players who can make an impact on the first team immediately. Future stars will come. I think once I'm about 5 seasons into a major save like this, that's when I basically sign under 17-year-olds for the entirety. Once I've got a starting 11 who is competing at the very top end of whichever league I'm in, and I've got a backup second 11 who I wouldn't mind bringing on the pitch and they don't actually detract from our quality that big, that's when I start to focus on the under 18s and the under 23s to a massive degree. Right then, so backup first 11, Kieran O'Hara can start in goal, Ivan at right back, Hansha Olsen, and Benoit Badiashile. He's technically our backup. Left back, we are pretty limited in our options. Josh Tyman is slowly returning. We will start Denver Hume. First time he's getting any game time this season, I do believe. Defensive midfield, we'll start Zizek, our Polish defensive midfielder. In the centre, who do we start? Ballymunba. I guess Ballymunba's now pretty much a backup. I am pretty much preferring Matthias Jakobsen on that in the centre midfield spot. Felix Correa on the right hand side, Marcinski in the centre, left midfield's Antonin, and up front we will start Lewis Montenegro. So a pretty weak starting 11 from us, but we do have obviously options off the bench. We'll bring on Matthias Jakobsen on the bench, Perez, Gomez, Esposito, Nissen Christensen. Some really good attacking talent we can bring on if we are struggling to break down Sheffield Wednesday, and it looks like we might end up doing it. They're playing on the counter with a pretty defensive formation, so we'll have to be at our best if we are to break it down. As long as we can bring on Sergio Gomez, should we need to, and Esposito, I have no qualms in us playing this game. Antonin plays in the corner. Patrick Juzek gets his first goal of the season, his first goal for the club. Benoit Badiashile with the assist. And we go 1-0 up 5 minutes in. Decent cross by corner by Antonin. Badiashile heads it to the back post. I'm glad it wasn't offside. I thought the assistant might have ended up flagging, but thankfully they had men on the post playing them on. Free kick for Sheffield Wednesday. Penny plays it in. Offside. Never worried really. Say this again. Offside was it? Okay, I believe you, Football Manager. Many wouldn't. So our second string's doing okay right now. Nothing too flash, but half an hour gone. Sheffield Wednesday aren't causing us too many problems. Marcinski to Andrade. It's Felix Correa. out on that right hand side. Juzek. He's got Ivan there. He decides to cut inside, and we've got options on the left hand side as well if you want them, mate. He shoots instead. It's a completely reasonable proposition, that. Approaching half time, the boys all look relatively fit. Nobody's playing particularly badly, so we will keep the same 11 out for the second half. And we will go slightly more positive in the efforts to try and retain possession with a little bit more consistency. Highlight now on this right hand side, Ivan and Felix Correa linking up. Come on, Kieran, keep it safe. Keep the ball ticking over. Out of Buddy O'Shea. Long ball over the top. Lewis Montenegro is in behind. Can he finish this one? He's had a lot of opportunities, hasn't he, Montenegro? Not in this game, but in the Arsenal game, and he hasn't really proven that effective. Marcinski back to Denver Hugh. Antonin tries to play the ball and it's cleared by Wednesday. Buddy O'Shea picks it up. Got options on the right hand side. There's two of them there. He finds Ivan. Gets past his man. Gets past two. Lewis Montenegro. We know he's a golden god once he develops, but he's not quite there at the minute. Corner for us. Ballymumba is the man to take it. Marcinski wins the header, and it goes over the bar. "15 minutes to go. We will look to make some changes. Denver Hume is staying on. We'll bring on Abdul Kadir Omar on that right-hand side. We'll bring on Sergio Gomez. And we'll also bring on Rasmus Nissen Christiansen. Strengthening our first 11 for the final 10 minutes. Let's just hold out, boys. No silly business. Let's get through to the FA Cup 5th round. And everything will be hunky-dory. Sergio Gomez with a free kick. Oh, he goes for goal. And he's not far wide. Blow the full-time whistle, ref. Just do it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, offside. Offside. Of course it was. Of course it was offside. No replay. I have it set up for replays from offside goals. Are we attacking ourselves here? Denver Hume gets in the box, gets dispossessed. Why have we pushed so forward? It's probably my fault. Thankfully, Sheffield Wednesday don't have the capability to make us pay. Oh, wait, ref. What's happening? We've all got places to be. There we have it. He's the offside replay. Ah, he's a mile off. Absolute mile off. So there we have it then. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Sunderland 1. People had written us off today, had they? Away from home against a championship opposition. I'm not too sure about that, assistant manager, but the players liked it. And that is all that matters. Buddy O'Shea getting himself man of the match performance. He's very good, Buddy O'Shea, and he does turn out pretty well as well. We do have that £5.5 million agreed fee as part of his loan deal, if we want to make that permanent. Ronaldo Kamara is a man I greatly like, but Benfica wants like 80 million quid from him. It's not quite the funding we've got right now, maybe in 10 years. And there's Filippo Ranocchia gone to join Port Vale on loan for the rest of the season. We will get match reports on him, see how he's performing. He's currently a 2-star, 4-star player, I believe, so he could potentially have room to get into our squad if he develops pretty well out on loan. But with the likes of his signing, it is more a view of selling him down the line for 4 or 5 million quid and making a healthy profit. So Liverpool at home next. We hate Liverpool. They are too good. We are 2-1 down on aggregate, but that was away from home. So we do have an opportunity to try and cause an upset. I would love to get to a League Cup semi-final, if at all possible. A League Cup final, even. We're in the semi-final. So yeah, we are still in the January transfer window and we still have a pretty healthy budget of £23 million, but I'm thinking of sitting on it. We'll wait until the summer. We'll be able to have much better options at our disposal. Our reputation will hopefully massively increase after a positive season in the Premier League. And if we are to qualify for Europe as well, that will unlock some doors in terms of players who are interested in joining us. So we're getting some loan reports back here. 3.4 to £7 million for this guy. It's probably not a bad deal if you're at the point where you're happy with your first 11, but unless any of these boys are incredibly cheap, because I know Luca Mortallaro, if we did sign Sergio Gomez, this would be the man I want. 17-year-old Italian attack midfielder, already capable of playing in our first 11, I would say. So we'll keep an eye on him. So Esposito returns for this game and he will be starting. Benjamin Clark's going to start over Benoit Badiashile. Other than that, we're pretty much full strength. Why is Jakobsen the centre-back? Perez is suspended, that's why. So we'll pair Jakobsen over Ballymumba in central midfield. Come on, boys. League Cup final at stake. We're only playing Erling Haaland, Mo Salah, Firmino, Mane, Fabinho, Virgil van Dijk, Trent. You know, it's no really. We should be able to beat these. Right. I think playing on the attack is a little bit of a mistake, so we'll go back to balanced and we'll judge it from there. Yeah, I'm happy with that first 20 minutes. Absolutely delighted. Not so happy with this though. Sadio Mane is in behind. He has to go out wide, plays it back to Robertson, whips it in, Firmino to Haaland. Assistant, he meant to stand still and flag for offside. Erling Haaland's 14th goal of the season then puts Liverpool 3-1 up on aggregate, 1-0 up on the night, and we have it all to do. Pretty poor goal for us here. We should be defending this a little bit better. Jack Butland had no chance there, let's be honest. We're not getting battered. That's an important point to make. We're not getting battered. Liverpool definitely have that in their locker to absolutely destroy us. Oh, Mo Salah into Naby Keita. He's got Trent on that right hand side, performing all kinds of runs. They just haven't found him yet. Mo Salah gets past his man. Jack Butland with a good save. Mo Salah with a corner. Plays it in. Joe Gomez. What's happening? What is happening? Now that is as simple as you like. We are going to drop our defensive line. No, we're not. We're already on. We're going to push it. We're going for it. I hate playing Liverpool. I just hate playing them within the first few seasons. They're always too good. And there we have it. Sunderland 0, Liverpool 1. Kick off for the second half. We'll go on attacking. Let's go out swinging. Mo Salah with a free kick for Liverpool. Firmino's back post. And he makes it 2-0. I don't want to say that again. Highlight straight from kickoff. This is the start of a comeback, this. You're about to see something really special, boys. Abd al-Qadir Omar picks it up on the right hand side. Gets past his man. Goes for goal. Hits the woodwork. Batista Mai keeps it alive. Back to Munoz. Oh, it's shots blocked. Batista Mai. I might have thought something might have happened there if we were to actually get a goal back. But 4-1 down in aggregate, it's not really that great, so we are going to look to pass it into space, go slightly more direct, up the tempo a little bit. Can we just get a goal back for pride? Can we? Can we? Probably not. Robertson. hate watching a game where I have no highlights. It's all Liverpool. Oh, great challenge that. George Dobson. Don't get sent off though. Oh, Christensen sets away Esposito. Tight angle. Very tight angle. Absolutely no chance he was scoring from there. And time is ticking away. 10 minutes left. Get one back. Come on. One more. Out innocent Christensen. Plays it in. It's cleared. Get there first. Gabriel Barbosa gets there first. And he has Haaland. It's not even Haaland, is it? Who's number 21. He's hanging on the edge of our last central defender. Every single time. Trent. Good block by Munoz. Jakobsen wins the ball and we can get it clear through Esposito. Come on, Seb. Do something special. I can't get past Joe Gomez. It is Erling Haaland, number 21. Oh, that's a penalty if I've ever saw one. Yeah. Haaland's going to take it. Jack Butland's not saving it. We are 3-0 down on the night. 5-1 down on aggregate. Well, it was nice to dream, wasn't it? You never know, it might have been one of them unbelievable moments where you get a win where you weren't expected to, but it's not to be. We'll make our changes, get our most tired players off the pitch, if at all possible. And then just see out the rest of this game with hopefully no injuries and hopefully no red cards. And there we have it then, Sunderland 0, Liverpool 3. Can't expect much more than that, really. I just hope it doesn't have too much of a negative effect on the rest of our season and the league form. Got Leicester City away next. They are currently sitting in 9th, so it's going to be a pretty difficult game, this one. Obviously, I'm assuming that they have been in the Premier League this entire time. I think that is correct. We just need to bounce back, though. Get one more win under our belts, and we'll be back in with a shout. Okay. So Sheffield United have just made a loan offer for Antonin. And if he plays 5 games, they will sign him for 11.25 million quid. I think that is a very good deal. Which does mean we have to replace him in the squad. Antonin was sort of our backup left-hand sided player. But Marcinski can do that. Batista Maya can do that. Felix Correa can do that. So I think all we need to do is basically sign a winger. So let's go on the hunt, shall we? See what we can get for 23 million quid. So we'll start on the left-hand side. We will look for someone who fits the inverted winger role. Even if they are a winger, I don't really mind. Let's reduce these attributes and see who pops up. I'm wanting about 100 players. 117. Right. Here's some wonder kids for you. Saka, of course. 32.5 million quid. Jeremy Doku. Pedro de la Vega. He looks okay. Brian Gill. So they're all very expensive. So I think the wonder kids from this search are pretty much out. Let's maybe limit the value. Limit it to 10 million, even though it's unlikely we would be able to sign somebody who has a £10 million value right now with the money we've got. But you never know. Brian Rodriguez looks pretty good. Injured for 4 months. Brilliant. Ooh. Francisco Conceição. I wouldn't mind him at all, but I'm imagining FC Porto will want a lot of money. So they want about 18.5 mil. I'm not paying 18.5 mil for him. Absolutely no chance. He does look very good though. Brian Aguirre. Now, obviously, we could have work permit issues with this boy, but we're going to try. I'll pay like £6-7 million for him. I think it's probably going to have to be about 7.5 to 8. There we are, £7.5 million for Aguirre. At least on paper he looks good. He's an inverted winger on that left hand side as well. Also plays an inside forward. He would provide some good competition to Batista Maya. I'm interested in Pedro Vieira. No. But I'll give you £2 million from, and you can loan him back for 12 months. That's fine. Once I saw that Roma and Chelsea were interested in that centre half, it basically meant I needed to make the move as well. I'm not giving you a minimum fee release clause if I can avoid it. Probably can't avoid it. Gonna have to return in for him. Hopefully, he probably won't tap me before the end of the transfer window. That is going to be a bit of an issue. Jack Butland performing the best in training. Antonin performing the worst. He will be leaving the club shortly anyway, so I'm not bothered if he's not training particularly well. So Lee Cockcroft. No, I do not want to sign you. Bragastall over Pedro Vieira bid. Anybody watching? 0, eh? It's a new law. Right then, Leicester City next. Back in league action. Got pretty much a full strength side, aside from Esposito, who's still suspended. So Lewis Montague will once again be entrusted with the starting spot in the striker position. Let's see how we get on. I'm not too hopeful. I'm hoping for a point. Let's put it that way. I'm not expecting a win here. Chowdhury brings the ball forward for Leicester. Tielemans finds Riyad. Why is Riyad Mahrez playing for Leicester? Oh, why is Shaqiri playing for Leicester? I mean... Shaqiri's 4th goal of the season puts Leicester 1-0 up very early on. And it looks like they're all over us a couple of minutes in. Shaqiri again on the left hand side. Whips it in. Perez gets it clear. Sergio Gomez. Come on, be our little magician. He sets away Lewis Montague. It's a tight angle, but he buries it and he's not offside either. He levels things up within a minute of conceding. Goal review. Oh, it's offside. Close. It was a close. Why didn't the linesman flag? Why do we need VAR? Right, they're completely dominating us in the possession. We are going to drop back to a balanced team mentality. Come on, Christensen. Whip that ball in. He gets past his man. Ballymumba's there. Ballymumba. Ah, remember how good he was in the championship? I remember them days. So nice. Chowdhury brings it forward for Leicester. Ndidi to Shaqiri. Get the challenge in. Now. Whips it in. William Jose. Shaqiri. It's the woodwork. Oh, poor goal kick there by Jack Butland. Tielemans is able to take it over. Justin on this right hand side, get challenge in. William Jose, great stop by Jack Butland. Not particularly happy with how we performed there. I think we will go a little more standard in our passing player. Look to pass into space. We've got pacey players. We should be able to exploit the gaps being left by their attack and midfield, both on the wings and in the centre of the park. Highlight now, 65 minutes in. It's Leicester once again on the attack. William Jose goes close. Jack Butland claims that, thankfully. And our options off the bench are pretty limited. We'll bring on Felix Correa for Abdelkadir Omar, and we'll bring on Ballymumba. Take off Ballymumba for Matthias Jakobsen. Go back attacking. We will really seriously look to push the directness of our passing. Come on, boys. Christensen. Down this right hand side, can we do any damage? Gomez picks it up. Sergio tries to find Batista Maya. He plays it back to Munoz. Christensen's there. Rasmus Nissen Christensen's first goal for the club levels things up against Leicester City 1-1. Fantastic stuff. Felix Correa back to Christensen. Can we go for the winner here? Not quite his second goal of his career for the club. Might need to actually take him off. We'll bring on Ivan, our right back. Listen, Christensen's done a lot of work down the wings today. He needs a little bit of a rest, bless him. Gomez wins the ball, sets away Lewis Montenegro, gets past his man. Got another man to beat. He does get past him as well. Can't get past Kasper Schmeichel though. Time's ticking away. I will happily and gladly take a 1-1 draw in this game. It did look like Leicester might start running away with it in the first half. But we've managed to get ourselves back into it and managed to get ourselves a tasty little point away from home. Next up is Brentford at home. I'll be hoping for a lot better in that game. But the January transfer window is coming to an end. And I'm not even sure if I'm going to go for that left winger or not. I can't even remember what he's called. That's how much I care. Brian Aguirre. Work permit's unlikely either way. We'll make our offer again for him and see if we can enter into contract talks again. We can. Listen, I'll give you that without the minimum fee. I'll give you exactly what you want without that. Fine. So he's got £66 million minimum fee release clause. It's unlikely he's going to join us due to the work permit issues. But we'll see. You never know. The football manager gods might end up shining. So Braga have accepted the offer for Pedro Vieira. £71 million minimum fee release clause, fine for now. We'll up his deal a little bit because he will end up having offers in from some major clubs, the likes of Chelsea and Roma. We're all sniffing. We'll talk about new deal at the end of the season, George. There's Roma going in for Pedro Vieira, but he's agreed to join us. He will stay at Braga for another 12 months, continue his development there, whilst he wouldn't really make it into our first team squad. But I'm happy. I think he's potentially going to be a really, really top quality centre-back. We'll have to keep an eye on his development over the course of the rest of this season and beyond. But it is transfer deadline day. I'm not going to take part. The only potential deal is that Argentinian left winger joining us for £7.5 million. It's unlikely to happen due to the work permit issues, but you never know. So we'll get Pedro Vieira on his intensive language course. I think he does look really good. And the fact that he was wanted by some major clubs suggests to me that he's got high potential. So I'll trust me scouts on that one. There's Antonin leaving the club then. Joining Sheffield United on loan for the rest of the season. And if he does make 5 games, then he will be joining them for £11.25 million, which I think is far too much for this lad. Hello, Comedy Gamer 365. How's it going, mate? Where are we with Brian? We're at the work permit stage, so we're going to have to find out relatively quickly. We'll appeal. It has worked in the past. I have appealed and it has worked. But I don't think it will for this. Hancha Olsen, unfortunately we need him for the rest of the season, so he will not be leaving out on loan. And Brian Aguirre, work permit has been rejected, and I don't want him to join with the work permit. We would have needed him in our squads. We're going to have to maybe be a bit more selective in our team selection when looking at the wingers. We really need to keep them fit. I know Esposito can play out there if we're desperate. And then Montenegro can play up front. I'll be back in just a second. Yeah, I haven't been live in a while, Comedy Gamer. Obviously back to work now and everything, so it is going to be a lot more infrequent in terms of the live streams. But I will do it as often as I can. I am really enjoying the Sunderland save as well, so I would like to build upon what we've been able to accomplish so far. Oh. Don't disconnect me. But live streaming, it's a lot more difficult to fit around my schedule than it is, say, recording videos, you know. I do really enjoy live stream, particularly when you've got a few people in the comments, you know, getting involved. It makes it a much more enjoyable experience, I think, for both. Although I do enjoy Yo-Yo Man as well, I think I will end up enjoying the Sunderland save more, just because I think I'm definitely more of a type of player who likes to stick with one club for a very long time and look to build something special with a few players in mind. We haven't started off today's stream brilliantly. We got beat off Arsenal, we then beat Sheffield Wednesday, then beat off Liverpool and drew against Leicester City. Thank you, Comedy Gamer, I appreciate that, mate. So the transfer deadline is over. No new faces coming in. I think it was Lewis Montenegro the only signing we made in January. It might well have been. But I'm relatively content with that. Our squad has been performing well above expectations and we didn't really need to change too much. Oh, of course, Benoit Badiashile came in. Kalinde Mohamed as well. Pedro Vieira, of course, who we've just signed, who's went on loan back out to Braga. Oh, they're trying to pinch my fitness coach. I do not like that at all. Darlin Schneider is pretty good. I will offer him a new deal. But Everton are offering him an assistant manager role. So it's unlikely it would... Yeah. Have you ever tried that? Staff don't seem to respond very well to you trying to persuade them to stay once they've received another offer from another club. So I tend to actually not do it all that often. So Brentford next. They're sitting in 8th, but we are playing them at home. Hopefully we can get ourselves our first 3 points back in league action. Esposito should be back for today after his suspension. And it looks like we're pretty much full strength. Matthias Jakobsen is not playing in centre-back, assistant manager. We'll start Benjamin Clark. Perez is currently injured. Should be back available for the next game though, so that'll not be too bad. Ollie Watkins, Sergei Canos, Lovro Meyer, James Bree, El Yunusi. Got some decent players, Brentford. And of course, I believe it was us, Newcastle and Brentford, who got promoted, wasn't it? And we're all doing really, really well for newly promoted sides. Ten minutes gone, pretty quiet. Relatively content with the match stats and stuff. Lovro Meyer with a corner. Jiku goes close for Brentford at the back post. Come on, Sergio. Special free kick. Who's brought them down? Esposito was brought down. And we win ourselves a penalty 17 minutes in. Come on, Seb. Get this in the back of the net, please. And he does so. Sebastiano doesn't miss from 12 yards. That's his 21st goal of the season. We've still got plenty of it to play. So hopefully he will break the 30 goal mark. And he puts us 1-0 up today. Batista Maya to Jakobsen in the centre, gets dispossessed by Norgard, and our number 47's pulled all out of position. I believe it's Munoz. Ooh, that was a weird one. Jack Butland does somehow manage to make the save, and Ollie Watkins can't convert from the follow-up. Come on, Sergio. Get past number 10, he does. Jensen with a decent challenge in. Come on, win this. Christensen wins it, but falls to a Brentford player. Yeah, they're not playing it out from the back very, very well. They don't seem particularly composed. Dobson finds Batista Meyer on this left-hand side. He finds Esposito, and he buries it. Esposito's second goal of the game. His 22nd goal of the season. I really, really want to sign him. Maybe we'll have to wait for the end of the season when we get our new transfer budgets and make to look like Seb signing permanent. But Batista Meyer with a good little ball through. Esposito around the keeper and a good finish. Thompson and Meyer on this left-hand side. Dobson does well to win the ball. Ooh, dodgy pass, but Jakobsen takes it down well and finds Jakobsen on this left-hand... not Jakobsen, Batista Meyer on this left-hand side. Abdul Kadir Omar can't get past Thompson. Does whip it in though. Gomez. Back to Dobson. Back to Christiansen. Whip it in. Don't shoot. Omar. Sergio Gomez hits the bar. And it's cleared. Very, very close. Five minutes to go in this first half. Relatively happy with how things are going. 2-0 up. Looks like their left back's having a hell of a game. But we will take that all day long. Let's kick off for the second half. No changes required. Maybe we'll drop off our attacking team mentality after this highlight. Abdul Kadir Omar bringing it down the right hand side. Back to Christiansen. Gomez. Go on, Christiansen. Played it back to Omar. It was a decent enough strike, but good save by the keeper. Wasn't even the highlight worthy. That's not the end of the highlight, it's continuing. Benjamin Clark to Badiashile. Batista Meyer. Come on. Come on, Oliver. Switch the play at the right hand side. You've got Omar there. He plays it to Christiansen, overlapping on the right. Omar shoot. No. Jakobsen. Matthias Jakobsen's 5th goal of the season from centre midfield puts us 3-0 up. It's going to be a really, really good 3 points this. Them sitting in 8th. They're a very good side. But hopefully now, clean sheet. That would make the game spot on and perfect. So 20 minutes left. We will make some changes. We'll bring off Christiansen for Ivan at right back. We will bring on Felix Correa on the right wing. And we'll bring on Marcinski in the attacking midfield role for Sergio Gomez. Another throw in the final third for against Brentford. We nearly lose the ball, but thankfully Ivan is on it and wins the ball back quite comfortably. Jakobsen to Munoz. Oh, decent enough player there. It's not quite the finishing we're after. Three minutes to go. Is Seb going to get his hat-trick? No, he is not. Sunderland 3, Brentford 0 though. An absolutely fantastic result. So we've got Norwich next at home. Another very, very winnable game. They are currently sitting in 11th place. We need to keep the pressure up. I think maybe, well, top 4 is not out of the question. But we need to keep our winning ways up, particularly at home, if we are to stand any chance. But we've got 17 days till the next game against Norwich, so it's obviously an international break. We just need to cross our fingers and toes and hope that nobody gets injured. O'Hara, not very happy he's not getting game time. I do apologise, Kieran, but Jack Butland is just better. So yeah, once we get to the end of this season, as long as we get European football, I think we'll be in a really, really good spot to be able to increase the quality of our first 11, particularly the defence. I think that's where we're going to have to focus a lot of our money and a lot of our attention. Maybe one centre-half at least. And I mean a really, really top quality centre-half in that as well. We've already got Neuwen Perez, who is obviously fantastic, but we do need a partner alongside him who we're comfortable playing and who is a top defender in the Premier League. Benjamin Clark, our youngster, we are giving all the game time to we possibly can, but I'm hoping that he'll develop enough this season to where next season he can maybe go on loan to the Championship club, getting regular first team football at a level he'll probably be more comfortable at, and that will help aid his development. Then apart from that, Rasmussen and Christiansen, I'm happy with that right back for now until the regens start coming. But left back, obviously the signing of Josh Timon hasn't exactly been fruitful for us after his 7-month injury, so left back's gonna have to be an area we want to again revisit in the summer transfer window. Then you've got the midfield. The midfield definitely needs improvement as well. George Dobson's still our starting D mid. We can definitely massively improve on that. Central midfield, we've got two good young potential players in Ballymumba and Matthias Jakobsen, neither of which I'm completely convinced about, I'll be quite frank. I would be more than willing to let either of them go to fill that in with a much better player. In terms of the attacking positions, of course, we'll end up needing a striker if Esposito doesn't return. Montenegro may end up being our first choice, but we'll need at least another option in our squad. Right midfield, Abdul Kadir Omar is more than good enough. We will just need a backup. Batista Maya, same thing with him, we'll just need a backup. And Sergio Gomez is probably our best player in the squad, so he won't need replacing for a long time. But then again, he has a minimum fee release clause in his contract. That might end up getting activated by one of the top clubs. I wouldn't be at all surprised by that. I think is it 50 million? 58? Let's have a look. 51. So £51 million at Champions League clubs. I could see that being activated in the summer, so maybe at the end of this season we look to offer him a new deal. He's already on his second contract since signing at the club, so we might as well make it a third contract in 12 months. Yeah, but there's Nerwan Perez, really progressing very nicely. He's well-rounded physically, his mentals are fantastic for 21 years old, and technicals are pretty dreamy as well, so he will likely be our starting centre-back for a long time to come yet. George Dobson has the flu. Do I risk it? No, I don't risk it. We'll send him on. I was half tempted there to actually use the club doctor to get him back as quickly as possible so he was fit for the Norwich game, but it's not worth the risk. And there's Sergio Gomez just progressing very nicely. 27 million quid he's worth. He's not interested in entering contract negotiations because he is only recently signed a new deal, but believe you me, I want to get that minimum fee release clause out of here as quickly as possible. So Norwich. Did they get relegated and promoted? What happened? They actually stayed in the league for 2 seasons, so this is their 3rd year in the Premier League. And typically 3 years in, you're over the second season slump. You've generally got a much better squad than your newly promoted counterparts like ourselves, like Newcastle. So I would imagine there's some real quality players in this Norwich City side. Oh, there's Antonin almost activating his permanent deal clause. So I can't believe we're getting nearly 12 million quid for Antonin. I'll not lie. He's only started 2 games. He needs to start 5. God, I hate international breaks. He looks good. So yeah, because we're only 3 seasons in, the regens haven't really started to infiltrate the the first 11s of many teams yet. It'll not be long. Maybe next season we'll start to see some regens of my first 11. And I do have my scouts out there looking to find me the best and brightest of the new youngsters who end up coming in. I actually can't wait for the summer transfer window of this season. It'll be our second season in the Premier League. Our reputation will be highly increased. Hopefully we'll have European football. Hopefully we've got plenty of money. I think our financial situation's looking pretty good. We'll have plus £27 million by the end of the season. And then obviously with all the other money that comes in alongside, that'll be fantastic. Matthias Jakobsen's improving quite nicely. That's good to see. Oh, there's a position I didn't really talk about, goalkeeper. We will have to improve Jack Butland at some point. Whether that's next season or not, I'm not quite sure. It might be a few years' time yet, but he's definitely one of the weaker areas of our starting 11. Just the fact that he's English, though, it makes all the difference in the world when you're talking about squad building and Football Manager. Getting the national players into your starting 11's always a nice thing. Buddy Shield does not start over Benjamin Clark, except from when he's injured, so he will start today. Jose Gomes for Munoz, who's injured. Dobson, Balimumba comes out for Matthias Jakobsen. Omar, Gomez, Maya, Esposito. Let's go. So hoping for a similar performance than the one that we've just had against Brentford. Kyle Walker-Peters, Ben Godfrey, Pacquiao, Khan, Ahan, Sanchez. No, not Barnsley Sanchez. Vilinden, Seferovic. Let's go. Hopefully our boys can get ourselves another 3 points at home in the Premier League. Let's kick off. So they're playing on the counter. We're playing attack, and I don't like that. So we'll go back to positive rather than attacking. Batista Mai with a free kick. Someone's brought down. That's a clear penalty, ref. We all saw it. Nabil Bentaleb gives away a penalty. It'll be Esposito who steps up to take it. Come on, Seb. And he puts it away. Same corner every time, Seb. You're pretty predictable, mate, but it's working for you, so I don't mind. 23 goals for the season, 7 more to go, and he hits the 30 mark. Oof. Corner from Gomez, almost converted by Badiashile. They are keeping a hell of a lot of possession compared to what we are doing, but they're not really creating anything with it, so I'm absolutely fine by it. Maybe it will be prudent to move to a more balanced team mentality rather than positive. Ooh, if we do win this, it's moving us up to 4th position at the minute. Champions League football would be an absolute dream. Right, we have ourselves first highlight of the second half. Batista Maya takes it. It's cleared by Bentaleb. Sergio Gomez is going to get there first. Finds Omar. Come on, Omar. Bury this. Oh, he hits a post. Ball even stays in. Esposito can't quite keep it into play. So we're not actually playing that well. Our boys are not performing to the best of their abilities. And maybe that might end up costing us as Norwich come forward with Bentaleb. Got the 2 men on the overlap on the left hand side. That's going to cause us problems. Walker-Peters is there. Chiquinho back to Walker-Peters. Can we win this? Oh no, that was a free kick, ref. That was never a penalty. Oh, it's a penalty. Bentaleb steps up. Sends Jack Butland the wrong way. We'll go and attack him. Oh, I can't believe it was such a silly penalty. He was nowhere. It's not even like he was in a goal scoring position either. "15 minutes to go. This has been a pretty dire game from our point of view. Oh, look at the space. Look at the space for Walker Peters. On the right hand side this time, Perez clears, Omar clears. Esposito's got a lot of work to do here to start this attack, but he does get past one. Omar to Sergio Gomez. He's a passer. He's not a finisher, he's a passer. Go a lot more direct and up the tempo a lot more as well. 5 minutes to go. Nah, it's not happening. We'll make changes. Dijak can come on. Marcinski can come on the left hand side. Ivan can come on at right back. But very, very disappointing performance this one. And we get a 1-1 draw at home against Norwich. I will be letting the boys know that I'm not happy. We could have got ourselves into the top 4 after that game. Champions League will be just stupid. Imagine the finances, imagine the reputation increase. The European competition. If we'd won that, we might have, well, we would have been 4th, but on level on points with Manchester United in 3rd as well. Got 7 days to go till we are away from home against Southampton. They're currently sitting in 9th, so it'll be another difficult game. Hopefully a better performance from us though in that one than there was against Norwich. Nissen Christiansen's improving quite nicely. Now he's stupidly well-rounded, Nissen Christiansen. He is currently wanted by Red Bull Leipzig. He's the sort of player who I don't actually like that much. I like physical players, and Nissen Christiansen's pretty average physically. It's just he's average all over the pitch, which means he's actually a good player. So, this will be my final game before I end today's episode. We've managed to get through the January transfer window, and we're sort of finding our feet and we set ourselves up nicely for the back end of the season, where we'll be able to find out where we finish, if we can get to European football or not. That is the hope, of course. How many games do we actually have left of the season? So we've got 11 games or so. We can do that in one stream. So that stream, next time I live will probably be either Wednesday, Thursday or Friday. Just depends on how my schedule forms, but then all the days off I have at work. So I will be looking to do as much as I can during those 3 days. Hopefully 2 live streams in that time. But it all just depends. Oh, I just love Sergio Gomez. I can't believe we managed to get him on a free. Oh, next time as well, you'll have to join me for that Newcastle game. We haven't managed to beat them yet. I think they beat us 3 times so far, out of 3 games. Right then, who's playing? Who's not playing? Perez is back, that's good. Badiashile. Benjamin Clark starts. Josh Tyman is returned from injury. Now Josh has been out for a very, very long time. We need a left back on the bench. Ozzy Gomes can come on the bench. We will start Josh Tyman. George Dobson, Ballymumba can come out for Jakobsen. Gomez, Omar, Batista Maya, Esposito. Have we got Luis Montiel on the bench? We certainly do. Let's get into the game. Hey, positive news. We haven't been disconnected today. That's pretty phenomenal, if I do say so myself. And you know all them times I got disconnected before? I'm with Virgin Media. and obviously they've been experiencing massive issues over the past couple of weeks. But I'm thinking that's been happening for a while. Because even though my internet wasn't dropping out, I was never getting disconnected from my internet connection. It was just kicking us off the YouTube servers. I'm thinking there's something going on there. So Virgin Media are getting the blame. Timon finds Jakobsen on this left-hand side. Sets it through for Sergio Gomez. Oh my god, that is a terrible strike. Yeah, he's got plenty of assists, just not many goals. Jakobsen's having a good game in central midfield in what has been a very dull game so far. Bernardeschi with a corner for Southampton, plays it in back post. It goes wide. Thank goodness for that. Yeah, I'm keeping a close eye on Josh Timon's condition. I can already see down to 75%. I think he's going to be coming off at half time. 45 minutes max. And we'll bring on Jose Gomez for him at left back. Not a very good game from either side, this. Maybe we will come off attack and move to a positive team mentality. See if that can get us on the ball a little bit more. Giroud wins the ball for Southampton. Sets away Gineppo, who bursts past Perez. Was close. "20 minutes to go. I think I'll be happy with a point here. I thought I went a positive there, but turns out I didn't. We are still attacking for this highlight, which will leave me very upset if we end up conceding. Jude Bellingham can't find his man. Omar gets past one. He's getting chased down though. Plays it back to Gomez. Gomez, what was that? Sergio. I am very shocked and appalled. Bellingham brings it forward. Can we get the challenge in before he gets anywhere? No, can't. Redmond cuts in off the left-hand side. That is a dreadful strike. "15 minutes or so to go in this game. Can we pinch a win? It's a game we wouldn't deserve to win. But let's see if we can pinch it. Batista Maya coming down this left-hand side. Come on, Oliver. Gets past Valerie. Whips it in. It's cleared. Sergio Gomez. Listen, I know I've griefed his goal scoring capability so far, but he gets his 4th goal of the season and puts us 1-0 up with only 15 minutes or so to go. We will watch this in 3D. It was a great play on the left hand side by Oliver. It's cleared by Ferro, headed down by Jakobsen. Sergio Gomez, first time strike. Keeper should probably save it, but hey, we don't care. We'll go on the counter for the final 10. Christiansen gets past his man on the right hand side. Sergio. Back to George. Come on, Jose. Gets past his man. Goes for goal. Esposito's there. And Esposito gets his 24th goal of the season and puts us 2-0 up. I will look to get Montenegro on. I'll get Ballymumba on as well for Matthias Jakobsen. And that will be our final 2 subs of the game. Redmond on the left hand side. The ball is cleared and Ballymumba sets away Lewis Montenegro. Come on, Lewis. Oh, he hits the bar. He's performing dreadfully for us so far. I think he's averaging about 6.5. He's getting loads of opportunities, just not able to put them in the back of the net as of yet. Omar, back to George. We give the ball away. There's only a few minutes left. We just need to hold out for a few minutes, lads. Although it doesn't even seem like Southampton are really going for this. They're keeping possession, yes, but they're not getting into the final third and creating any opportunities. They are having the best luck coming down this left-hand side, though it does seem. Giroud switches the play nicely to Valerie on the right. Redmond's there. Awkward. Southampton 1, Sunderland 2. I don't want to see it. Just finish. No more highlights. Now we have it. We get ourselves a brilliant away draw against Southampton. We will take that all day long. So, if we look at the league table before we finish things up, we do go above Newcastle, but we are level on points with Manchester City. It's going to be difficult to break into this top 4, but at the very least it looks like top 7 is pretty much guaranteed. 7th doesn't necessarily guarantee European football, though it all depends on how the domestic cup competitions fall. Esposito is top goal scorer currently with 20 goals in the league, and he's flying up. And I would love to make it permanent. So Mac 15 million suggests they want 126. Right then, so next time we're live, be the middle of next week. We'll have all of these games to get through, and then we'll finally find out how we finish our first Premier League season as charge of Sunderland. But anyway, lads, until next time, keep an eye out for your man at 6 o'clock, 6:15, and I'll catch you next time.